Hey friends on YouTube, my name's Jason. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts, and today I'm going to honestly tell you what you want to hear. Go ahead, buy a new iPhone. You know you want to. That's why you're here. We could have an argument about whether or not this new iPhone, whether it's the iPhone 11 or the iPhone 11 Pro or 11 Pro Max, are worthy of spending the kind of money that Apple is asking for those things. Yeah, we could have that conversation. But really, that's just a lot of navel gazing. That's just a lot of cork sniffing. There's no sense in arguing about whether or not you should buy the iPhone. If you want to buy the iPhone and you have the means to do so, then you should buy it. If you want to have reasons to consider, I'll give you a few. So let's start with the iPhone 11. The iPhone 11 is basically the sequel to the iPhone XR, which I have right here. It is a cheaper phone. It has a less good screen, but it's still a very good screen. The two big differences that I care about when it comes to the iPhone XR versus the iPhone 11, the iPhone 11 has new camera modules, wide and ultra wide lenses, and the stuff that they can do with night mode and a lot of other features that Apple's introducing with the camera this year. I don't care if they're new features. I don't care if other people have done them. They're new features to the iPhone, and that's what we're talking about. The iPhone XR, great phone. The iPhone 11, better phone. It's a better phone than the iPhone XR just because of the iterative updates and the new camera and a little bit better battery life. I think you get an extra hour. But this iPhone XR is already like a battery champion. So iPhone 11 is that $699 option. $699 for a phone of that caliber is really a great deal. And you can tell me it's not for 1,000 different reasons, but I'm here to say that it is if you're buying an iPhone. Let's complicate this and talk about the fact that the iPhone XR is still available. You can still buy the iPhone XR. And it's not $749 like it was last year at this time. It is $600. So $699 for the 11, $600 for the XR. And this is still a great phone. So, I mean, it's complicated in and of itself. You're here, you know you want to buy an iPhone. You got to figure out which one. Now, the 11 is better, but not that much better than the XR. So which one do you get? Well, the XR has red, black, white, yellow, blue, and coral. Coral! Those are the colors, okay? The 11 has different colors. It does have the black, red, white. This is product red for a good cause, and the same for the iPhone 11. It also has yellow, green, and lavender. But they're pastel colors. Okay, so for me, that's not an iPhone that I want. Your mileage may vary. The pastel colors on the 11 might be exactly what you've been waiting for years and years and years, and there it is, and you buy that one. That's the one you buy. But what about those of you who don't want to buy the more reasonably priced ones, the ones you want to buy the one for whatever reason? Whether or not it's, you're feeling insecure, you're having a little bit of a moment of FOMO because of the nomenclature of Pro now that's not attached to this iPhone XS, or if you just want the phone. The new Pro phones have an extra camera lens. So now you've got a telephoto, a wide, and an ultra wide. Tons of new features. Let's just be honest for a second. If you have a phone that's working fine for you right now, then you don't need to buy a new iPhone. If you're watching this video, you want to buy a new iPhone. There are plenty of reasons to convince yourself one way or the other about which one to buy. The Pro phones are powerful. They have hours more battery life than the XS and the XS Max. The screen is better. It might not be reinventing the wheel. Apple might not have given you reverse wireless charging. Apple might not have taken away the notch. Apple might not have done a bunch of different things that they were rumored to be thinking about doing. They might next year release a brand new iPhone that is in every way different and better than this iPhone. I hope that they do. I would expect that they would. Every year, Apple likes to say, "Oh, this is the best iPhone we've ever made," as if they would make a worse iPhone. 11 Pro starts at $999 for 64 gigabytes of storage. We can have the argument about whether or not 64 gigabytes is enough. Is it insulting? Is it blah, blah, blah? But the thing is, it's 64 gigabytes. This is 64 gigabytes, and I have gotten along just fine with my iPhone XS Max with 64 gigabytes. This 10R, 64 gigabytes. Haven't had a problem. 128, I've always felt, is the sweet spot for storage on a smartphone. You can't get that with the Pro models. You can get that with the 11, the 10R, and also still available the 8 and 8 Plus. They start at $449. There are some people out there who don't want the notch. They want the button. For those people who still want the button, the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus are still available, and they're cheap. Okay? This year, the big news about the iPhones is the camera. Okay? Battery life. Okay? Better screens and faster chip. And that's it. That's all there is to it. If you want to buy one of these new iPhones, go buy one. Go buy one. I'm going to be awake tomorrow ready at 7 a.m. my time for 5 a.m. their time to buy a new iPhone. I'm going to be live streaming it here on the channel so you guys can come and hang out with me. So whatever choice you make sure that it fits with what you want out of a phone, and then go get it. Go buy an iPhone. You know you want to.